This is James Lutton for Round 8 Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Paul Stevenson. Paul, how are you feeling after tonight?
Great, to be honest. Special night. You don't get many nights, do you, like that in the city where, you know, this is title defences, world title defences, just 4 of our boxers on, 3 in title fights, big, massive title fights as well. So it's been brilliant.
Obviously, it's highs and lows, emotional roller coaster with obviously Brad Strand's defeat and the other 3 guys winning. For you, how do you keep yourself focused in that tunnel vision on each fighter as each fight comes?
When you're in camp, you've got all these fights happening. I mean, our gym's been just rammed the last few months with just different teams coming in. We've got 5 different boxers, all sparring different people. And some have got 2 and 3 sparring partners like Nick. So every day is like that for us. There's a different sort of focus on a different thing. So once Brad had gone back to changing rooms, I thought he got a bad decision, to be honest, and he got a credit with the knockdown blow, which he didn't deserve. But I've got to then go back to the changing room, and Brad, give him his due, didn't go back moping because he knows Andrew's on in 10 minutes and Nick's on 20 minutes after that, or whenever it is. So give Brad his due. We come back smiling and we've got to go from one job to the next. So we're big boys and we've just got to get on, you know.
You mentioned Brad went back and obviously there's no sort of down or gloom. He went back smiling. Does that just show the tightness and the brotherhood in the gym?
Yeah, it does, because he knew it was important, you know, for the lads not to to sit there miserable when we're going off for these fights we've worked hard to get to, and it's just and I thought Brad won as well. He just showed what a man he is, you know.
Talked about Andrew Cain's fight. Obviously, Charlie Edwards was on his bike and split decision. I mean, for me, Charlie didn't do enough to win barely any of the rounds. What did you make of the split decision and the scorecards as well? One was very wide.
I'm with you. I could give him like 3 rounds maybe where very little happened, but he landed a few clips. But you can't come to Liverpool or anywhere, I don't think, and win a fight doing that. You know, the crowd were booing, which understandably, you know, in the old days they wouldn't have paid him, you know, for doing that. And earlier days than that, they probably would have killed him. You know, it's just and the scoring, like you score for effective aggression in boxing. It's built in to stop stuff like that happening. I've never seen anything like that. Have you? No, I haven't. Never seen anything like it. And you know. Anyway, it was just, thankfully it's in the rearview mirror. The judges who went for who gave the fight to or the judge who did that. It's you've got to see it your own way, but I'd suggest a bit of retraining on how you're supposed to score a professional boxing match. You know, it's not amateur boxing.
What do you make of judging and refereeing? Obviously tonight been a few dubious calls and decisions made tonight. What like you say, what is it a case of we need refresher courses for referees? Do we need new referees? What is it, in your opinion, to make that side of the sport better?
It's a good question, because some referees have got track records for making bad decisions. They're not corrupt or anything else. They're just a certain way. I don't want to say anything bad about any of the referees and judges that we had tonight, but as a general thing in the sport of boxing that you're asking me, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, and you're terrified to leave it in the hands of the judges. When we were in the corner, me and Anthony, for about round 11 of Andrew's one, I said, we're sure we're winning, but you could see our judge could have us behind. If you know, because you know how shaky the judging is. So obviously he won it by miles, but as you saw, you know. So what do you do to fix that? Fucking hell. You know, I don't know. Retraining, don't know. Some people are just good at things and some aren't, I think, you know. Yeah.
What's your advice to Andrew between rounds when Charlie Edwards is on his bike and he's running round? And for me, I think he was trying to frustrate Andrew into getting a bit wild and reckless. What's your advice to Andrew? Just a case of stay calm, stick to your boxing?
Yeah, I was saying, like, obviously, you know, to not get frustrated, to not look for one punch at a time, to understand that the rounds weren't going to be busy, but there had to be 4 or 5 punctuated attacks from him to keep to just keep me happy, because and the judges happy, because when nothing's happening and he doesn't land a punch and we don't, it half looks like he's fighting his fight, doesn't it? You know, even though he hasn't done a thing, you know, but there's a mental bias that you've got to be careful of as well as the actual scoring shots. You've got to be aware of it all. So yeah, just to stay busy and not to give anything away, and not to get frustrated and go for one punch at a time. That was the gist of it for large portions of the fight. There's a few little technical things as well where you wanted to punch too, and cutting off the ring and things, but that was about it.
You mentioned the opponent's tactics headed into a fight. Let's move on to Nick Ball and TJ Doheny. TJ seemed from the offset to want to frustrate Nick and again make him do something reckless. A few dark arts, a few dirty tactics, let's say. What did you make of that, especially from off round one?
Well, the first thing in round one, he's held Nick in the headlock, and then the bell's gone, and he's squeezing Nick's head in the headlock. So Nick has kicked him, right? But Nick was a former world Thai boxing champion as a kid, so he can kick. But he threw himself on the floor. Have you seen that fight with Terry Norris and Carlos Santana? Carlos Santana throws himself on the floor, rolls around, won't get up, acts not like he's been knocked out. I thought that was going to happen. But anyway, I said to Nick after the fight, look, some people will do anything to take that belt of yours, even stuff like that, so you've just got to rise above it. Tactically, he's very dangerous, TJ Doheny, and a lot of people have come and stuck with him. He's got a sit-back southpaw style, and he's a big puncher, and to walk into him, which you've got to do to catch him, he's leaning all the way back, he's playing into his hands, but if you don't, you just jab your head off, and so we worked in the sparring on Nick, getting his jab into good places, working both sides, working the body, and covering the dangerous ground, the area on the way in. He's good at that, Nick, and I thought he boxed great. Pretty much pitch perfect, and really it was exciting to watch. He smashed the fella to pieces. It was great.
Was it a fight where Nick had to really think what he was doing in there, because he's trying not to let TJ get into his head with the tactics, also focus on the fight, but also the crowd as well? You know, Nick mentioned last time out here he sort of got a little bit distracted by the crowd and seeing family and friends in the audience. Do you think that he had to really battle through a few different bits and pieces tonight in terms of thinking game?
He's really maturing, because as I was saying in an earlier interview, in his last 5 opponents, Isaac Dogbo, former world champion, Ray Vargas, world champion, Ray Ford, world champion, Ronnie Rios, now they've all been either world champions, current or former, so he's learning off them, and all that learning's coming through, and each fight is getting better, and that tonight was a proper world champion's performance, polished, disciplined, ruthless, job done, get him out and let's go.
You mentioned the punch perfect, he's maturing very well, he's looking better and better every fight. How important is it to not jump the gun and not rush him, because he's a world champion already, but to obviously throw him in? The name mentioned is Inoue, obviously not the same weight just yet, but we know how dangerous he can be. Is there a danger in rushing him? Is it a case of still trying to keep him on that leash a little bit?
Don't know, because opportunity comes and goes, doesn't it? And when it's there, you take it, I believe, and that can vanish. That the way I thought I was waiting till the right time. It's like with anything, you want to buy a house, and you're just wait a bit longer till I've got a bit more money, and then the time passes. Sometimes you've just got to pull the trigger and go. And Nick's coming up to his physical prime. He's world champion, or there's another potential world champion, or certainly a challenger in a new way at his weight. Who brings a massive amount of money to the fight, you know what I mean, which for Nick, and more importantly a massive challenge for Nick, who wants to fight the best. And why wait till you're 32 when you're Nick Ball, who's young and fresh and dangerous? Why wait? Just I think no, let's go for it.
In boxing, we've seen a lot of fights that they say to marinate them and to wait a little bit longer, and they often either don't happen or they're just not as successful as we all hoped they would be. So for you, like you say, I mean, everyone's got their price as well. Is now the right time for Nick Ball to come in, like you say, physical prime now as well? Yeah,
because it's not about money, although that doesn't hurt, of course, for a young man. But it's about a sort of legacy and a winnable fight, because a lot of people, they stand off anyway, they give him all the respect. He deserves that respect, but he won't. And Nick is very, very good at world level at covering the ground, at getting past your dangerous shots and getting inside. He's been doing that at such a high level. All the opponents he's been fighting have been, say, world champions or former world champions, but none of them hitting him. Why is that? It's not by chance. We know what we're doing.
Obviously, we're here at the M&S Bank Arena, formerly the Echo Arena. For me, one of the best atmospheres in boxing around the world, not just the country. Been here now twice. See, Nick's close to, if not selling it out, and the atmosphere is bouncing every time he's fighting here. Is Anfield the next step? He's got to go bigger. Next place in Liverpool's got to be Anfield, surely.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, what the gym's doing now. Nick's world champion. Andrew Cain is probably one fight away from being world champion. Peter McGrail is ranked 7 with the WBA, probably a fight or 2 away from being world champion. Something like that. 3 of them defending world titles in Liverpool. Yeah, that deserves somewhere like that, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Paul, thank you for your time. Congratulations for tonight as well.